All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Starting this a little early today. I was going to put it for 11, but I decided to go ahead and kick it over. Welcome to the Snowbirds meeting room. I'm Shadow Spectre 11, and today, all sorts of wonderful things have been happening. We got a new PTU 3.21. It was a little 33 gigabytes more than the normal um, than the other PTU that dropped. A lot of people were not expecting this, and from what has come out, it it's a little rough still. Um, Having some 30Ks, having some things like that, but it is getting better. And I will be sneak peeking a video that I created this morning. So let me kick over to the scene and get us started.
Roger that, flight. I'm
Why
good.
does that? I still can't figure that out. All right. Welcome. And this has been an interesting week. Um, as far as new information, new um, things that have happened. Um, the PU has gotten much better. It is more stable, and things are starting to settle out, and that's a good thing. We needed that. We definitely needed that. Um, so here's the update. It so just I'm just gonna read this off. I'm not going to get all into the outrageous details of what was happening. The new platform missions are in there. Um, some other missions that have been put into the game. Uh, Definitely the biggest thing to me. I really enjoy doing the platforms. Um, Lots of fun. Uh, there's quite a bit of information that dropped down over the past few days that was really exciting. So, this is the gist of this right here. Hi everyone. Star Citizen Alpha 3.21 has just been released to the PTU. The primary reason for the nomenclature change from 320.1 to 321 is to signify Star Citizen approaching the next major milestone in its online networking technology. During the 321 patch cycle, we will introduce a new testing channel aimed at graduating new underlying technology. This new channel allows the devs teams to get players on a version of the game that matches the current live release both in content and features, but introduces large tech changes that must be validated, graduated, and ultimately mission proven before making their way to the live release. The first project to enter this new technology preview channel is the replication layer, which is the core networking part of the server meshing infrastructure. In this update, the game's networking replication and state are separated from the game server into its own service. Game clients are connected to this new service, and the game server itself becomes a client with authority on the replication layer. With the replication moving off the game servers, the team is hoping to begin testing server recovery without disconnecting game clients from the universe on a given game shard. In short, this next step towards testing components of server meshing after deploying persistent entity streaming earlier this year. For the time being, the game server will only be managing the Stanton system, so you won't notice much of a change in your experience. However, this is a critically important step as we progress towards Alpha 4.0 and beyond. We will share more information about 3.21 in our upcoming roadmap update next week, and you can look ahead to CitizenCon for more information about the preview channel and how it will play a vital role in further bringing our shared universe to life. Hey, Brian, that's big news. That was a big thing of news. I was flabbergasted by that when all of a sudden, boom, there it was. Downloaded it, jumped right into it. Friday night, it was a little rough, had some issues. Hey, Super Shaved. It had some issues. Uh, some of the Snowbirds and the Warbirds later on that evening were able to complete a platform mission. They did try a bunker mission and it didn't go successfully, but that's okay. It's part of the process. And I'm I'm just glad that this was done personally to make us all aware that it is being worked on. It is being tested. This was a big, huge reveal. Uh, CIG did not have to do this, but they did. They wanted us to know that it is in process of being worked on. I was very happy with it. Uh, I will be doing some testing in there later today, uh, offline. There's some stuff that I did do early this morning, and I'm going to preview that. So before it actually goes live on YouTube today. So now the notes for the 21 is nearly 33 gigabytes difference from 320.live. So it has grown. So if you're into it, they did this for all backers. Everybody can get into it. It is on the US and EU servers. The new features: new illegal missions retrieve consignment, legal and illegal. Now, new illegal missions at Korea steal evidence. Feature update: repel raid on Orison, the new Crusader with the new Crusader platforms. And I have seen them. I went to them in the Friday night stream. Uh, Reintroduction of bounty, assassinate, clear all, and other missions. Driver remote turret quality of life improvements. Now, I haven't tested that yet, but I think I probably will do that today and probably catch a little footage of it so you can see what's going on. This was a total surprise to everybody, and I'm happy to say that I'm glad they did it. So the next thing, and this is from Salty Mike, and I applaud him for doing this. Salty Mike, if you ever watch and you're out there, I appreciate this. This was a big boost to the community, and thank you very much. So I'm going to read his post that he put in Spectrum, and it's a thank you from Salty Mike to CIG. I want to thank CIG for a while, 10 years. I have been following and playing Star Citizen since the Hangar days. dreaming about cargo hauling through the smallest jump point and the largest ship, the Freelancer Max. Who knows if all that is still in the plans, but it sounds like we are inching closer to finding out. Thank you for getting the next step, replication layer into testing. I would normally be yelling about why we haven't heard about it until now, but what would you say? Delivering is way better than talking about something. And he has a very valid point, because if they would have talked about it, there would have been more drama going on with it. And this was the best way for them to do it. Just drop it, boom, it's there. So we can see it. Um, and he continues, thank you for making an experience that I can't get anywhere else. Star Citizen's transitions from station to ship to ground is the single most immersed I've ever felt in a game. Some of the sandbox tools are insane as well. The physicalized cargo changes that have been wild. I think we are playing in a sandbox right now with not much sand, but when it is filled, we might have the right tools to make an amazing castle player stations. Thank you. Thank you to all the CIG devs who actively post on Spectrum. Come to Twitch channels, Reddit, and YouTube. You are the backbone of this community and game. Thank you for your dedication, late nights, and hard work to deliver the best product you can, despite all the issues that come with the way this game is developed and delivered to us. That has been a single driving force that keeps me around. It can be extremely frustrating to follow this project, but the interactions I have had with incredibly dedicated people from all sorts of teams at this company are the only thing that keep the faith for me. Except Elliot Malby. Can you send him over to Squadron 42? Wow. Elliot, I raised money for charity as a part of that effort. I set a goal for myself to write this post and force myself to spend some time saying something positive. And this is what I came up with. It isn't easy for me not to sneak in sarcasm or a joke or a critique. This was actually a challenge, but I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I still love and follow this project because it has brought a ton of joy and great community, and a great community to engage with. Even though those interactions can get spicy at times, they are always fun and I will never forget them. Writing this post has strengthened my excitement for the game and what is to come. We have a ways to go, and if the plans are communicating to us continue to turn into action, I'm excited for the future. Thank you, CIG. And thank you, Salty Mike, for putting that out there. That was good. I was more than happy to enjoy that, reading that. We also had a new ISC this week. I'm going to go through it because it was pretty interesting, and there's a new mission, Blockade Runner, and it's going to be interesting to play. So kicking over to that and starting it up, and I'll comment through it. So here we go.
Missions in video games are more than just a way to tell a story or give a player things to do. They're also a way to drive players to explore areas they might otherwise miss, to encounter aspects of gameplay they might otherwise not attempt. And for developers, they're often a way to push the development of new features, or in the parlance of the mission feature team, new verbs for their systemic mission design system. And one new mission or global event from MFT can lead to 10 others being created by designers on sandbox teams around the world. So on today's show, we're exploring 2 currently being developed, starting with Data Heist.
So Data Heist is a brand new mission coming to the Star Citizen Persistent Universe. It will be one of the first missions from the organization of Bit Zero. Bit Zero are an organization of hackers. They're kind of rich kids that have kind of taken on the hobby of hacking and trying to almost being Robin Hood. They want to do things, but again, they're a bunch of rich kids. They don't know, ripping off a merchant for such amount of money is even a big thing for that merchant.
So the player will take the mission, head to the location. In this case, we are using the UGFs. Once you're inside the facility, you'll have to gain access to the mainframe.
Now you can do that in multiple ways. We have hacking still in the PU, where you can use a crypto key. And there's also other methods that might be at the location that will help you access those mainframes, but I'll leave that for you to find.
Once you've hacked into there, you then have to allow the hacker into the system. And then from that point on, he will do all of the heavy lifting with the uploading of the data from the servers. But what you have to do is maintain the safety of those servers so that their upload can actually follow through.
We will then start.
This is going to be interesting to play when it comes out. I am excited to try this. I do play, when the AC came out, the new AC, and we tried some of the first-person shooter missions in it. They were fun. I haven't gotten into those for a long time, and I actually enjoyed myself. It was fun to do, and definitely sometime in the future with the Snowbirds and the Warbirds and myself, going to go in there and do some more of that. It was interesting. I enjoyed it.
Start to give you a couple of enemies populating the area because they're responding to, your invasion of their property.
They'll come in and you'll fight them. At the same time, there's going to be the owners of those servers. Although they're not on site, they actually have the ability to remote into their systems, and they're probably not very happy with the idea that you're trying to steal their data.
During the mission, you will find that some of these servers will start to overheat. Now that's because the people that own the location are deciding we can't kick out this hacker from the location, but we can try and either halt you or, stop you from getting the data.
They turn off the cooling on these servers. And so when the cooling's turned off, they're basically trying to melt down their servers, destroy the data. So they'd rather have a scenario where they destroy.
So, to be fair, in the underground facilities, we've all gone into the server rooms. Now they have a purpose. That's going to be cool. They actually have something going on in there, and that's slick. Enjoying that.
Destroy their data, then let you have it.
You then have to look around the area, try and solve why they're overheating, and if you can try and stop that. That will be one of the big situations during this mission.
It basically just continues like that. You have a certain amount that you're supposed to have uploaded, and you need to defend them, and then you have to turn them back on, and it just continues like this until you either succeed or you fail.
Data Heist is a mission for morally grey people. I wouldn't ever say that it was for the good or the bad. In its first implementation, you will be infiltrating security locations, security UGFs. So at this point in time, it is unlawful.
It's a defend a thing mission, but we're adding some more interesting lore and complexity to this mission, where it's not just defending something from taking damage. We're adding this extra layer of gameplay for a player. It's how they can be destroyed. It's adding extra layers. So it's not just a physical destruction. It's also this concept of the data on this server being destroyed. So we wanted to take these two things and have them in one.
My favorite thing about the mission is possibly the things that it could open doorways for. The fact that it's the first mission for the Bit Zero is super exciting for me. I'm a fan of other video games that involve hacking, and having an entire organization revolve around hacking is super exciting for me.
The mission feature team's role isn't just to make new missions, it's also to make the tools that content teams will take on and give new life to. One
such way in Data Heist, for example, is a module that's focusing on randomization. They will target a random server in the room just to get you moving around the UGF so that it keeps you on your toes during the mission. But this can be utilized by other designers for powering anything to do with randomization as well. So instead of always seeing the spawns from the spawn closets being at the same time, 5 minutes in or anything like that, you could be kept on your toes.
And with a mission like Data Heist, that gives us several new tools in the toolbox.
And in addition to the standard missions that populate the verse, the mission feature team is always examining and reevaluating the global events that run throughout the year. Do they perform the way we intend they should? Not just in frame rate, but also in engagement, enjoyment, enchantment, entertainment. And if they're not, perhaps they need enhancement or extinguishment. And the new global event Blockade Runner hopes to be just a little bit of both.
Blockade Runner actually replaces Ninetales Lockdown. We analyzed Ninetales Lockdown, and we looked at participation in that global event. And we also looked at what players did in it. So
I loved this event. This was a cool event, and it's been gone for a long time. And I'm glad they're bringing it back because it was a fun event. But this one is going to be different, so hang on to your hats because this has changed from what Ninetales Lockdown used to be.
Participation in Ninetales Lockdown wasn't actually that high. We realized there's no point maintaining this global event if no one plays it. We looked back at the other ones that we had made, like Xenothreat, and looked at the gameplay in those that players do engage with and they enjoy. And that was the aspect of going on those wrecks in Xenothreat, picking up the crates and delivering them. They enjoy this experience, they enjoy working together as a team to do it. So we thought, what can we do with that and make a new event? Something that players will instantly understand what the event's about. We came up with this idea of Blockade Runner.
Blockade Runner is a new global event that we've been working on. In this event, there's a criminal faction that sets a blockade around some of the space stations in the universe. This makes trade and travel between these stations problematic, and their goal in doing this is to prevent the trade of one specific material that is important for the refinement of spaceship fuel.
The idea is that...
Now, in Ninetales Lockdown, you were tasked as a cargo runner to go and get medical supplies and bring them over to the station and run the blockade. There was a quantum snare around the area, so you had to hand fly in. Okay? You would quantum jump to a certain point and then come to a halt, and you'd have to hand fly. Then, with that, there were some other things that came into play. So players could actually go against the cargo runners and take them out. But there was also something else at the end of it. So for those that did not get to play Ninetales Lockdown, it was a cool event. I enjoyed it. I had fun doing it. So I'll just continue with this.
A player will be called to help deliver a new commodity that is involved in the production of quantum fuel and deliver it from our LEO stations, like Everest Harbour, to its refinery sister stations. And we have to deliver a certain amount of this within a certain narrow amount of time.
This material has a short half-life, so if it's not stored properly at a specific facility, then it will expire and become worthless, and you'll have to try again.
When you arrive at the LEO, there'll be like a blockade from criminals, and you'll have to get through that blockade, land, buy this commodity as much as you can fit on your ship, then you'll have to take off, and then you'll have to brave the blockade again, and then QT to one of the refineries. On the way, you may be interdicted by more of these criminals who don't want you to get away.
Target destroyed.
And then on the other side, no blockade, but you'll have to get through that. Then you will land, and then you will sell. So there's this delivery loop for players. Not every ship will be best suited for dealing with these guys without, some escorts. So the idea is that players will also take this mission and support those other players in combat ships.
Maybe you delegate one person with the big tanker ship and others to fend off any enemies along the way. At its core, Blockade Runner is a combination of the cargo transport and selling and space combat. One of the things I like most about Star Citizen is the space combat. I've never really been much of an FPS player, but I do like space combat, and one of the big elements of Blockade Runner is space combat. The stakes are higher, so if you screw up, you don't just simply regenerate. You regenerate and have to buy all your cargo again, so watch out for that. As the dev, I've been playing this entirely by myself up till now. We're going to be going through some playtests soon, so we'll be able to experience the mission properly, but thus far I've been playing it solo with a ship that can both fight and transport.
What ship are you?
The Cutlass Black. It's the best ship for everything.
Okay. No comment from me on that. No comment. Just gonna go with it.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that missions like Data Heist don't just give players more ways to play, they also give mission designers more tools to play with. That, like every other aspect of Star Citizen, global events are continuously evaluated and refined and occasionally rebuilt and replaced when needed. And that Blockade Runner is just that, meant to replace the former Nine Tails lockdown before the end of this year. Now, don't forget that there's just 3 weeks until CitizenCon 2953, the now 2-day event emanating from the Los Angeles Convention Center, where you'll get the biggest concentration of Star Citizen info, technology, features, visuals, and more, all beamed into your brains via Twitch. Or if you're there in person, by just following Mark Gibson around all day and asking about his Hercules voice. I can still hear it when I look at the C1. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thank you for letting us share the process of game development with you. And we'll see you all here next week.
Totally no comment from me on that.
So far, yeah. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the space combat, so that element works pretty well for me. Buying and selling cargo is fine too. Cut that part.
But anyway, that was the ISC. That's the new mission that's coming out for it, and it's going to be interesting. So, I'm going to talk about leaks a little bit. There were a few things that dropped in on this, and there was a lot of leaks in the past few days, a lot of leaks. And some of them were like, holy crap. How many things can you put in there? You know, people were data mining and all this stuff, and they got all into it and everything like that, which is cool, you know. But some of them were pretty intensive, and there were some things in there that were like just amazing. Some of the data leaks were pretty intensive. So there is one that is one that's just come out. This is that October 1st. It's that special time of year when we come together to celebrate Star Citizen's birthday, and more importantly, the incredible community that has grown alongside us throughout this remarkable journey. As we draw closer to October 10th, which is Star Citizen's 11th year, we're excited to kick off the festivities with a glimpse of a legendary birthday gift flying your way. Stay tuned for details. We think you're going to have a blast with this one. And that's it. We don't know the rest. So, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. And we'll go from there. So, we'll find out. There was a lot of leaks about ships. There was quite a few leaks about a dog. There were a ton of leaks this week. But the biggest thing that hit last night, I'm going to preview a video that I made earlier this morning and give you a sneak peek of what is premiering later today. So here we go. Hello and welcome. I'm Shadow Spectre 11, and today I'm in the PTU. This is a very, very special video. The quantum jump points, the jump points, are in the PTU. Yes. I am heading directly to one right now, the Pryo jump point. There was a quantum beacon placed on it, and when I got in... This is big. There it is. Very, very big. A large surprise before CitizenCon. They were leaked last night, and I promised myself I was going to get on and do this today and take a look. So, took out my Thunderstar and just making a little journey, a little kickback time, and just check it out. So if I don't say a whole lot during this, forgive me. It's just that this is a big step for the game. For those that are adventurers and things of that nature, it is a monumental step in the game. So give me a few more minutes. I'm almost there, 7 million miles out. Running Thunderstar with stock equipment right now, so it is just hopefully. Oh yeah, things will come to fruition. That we'll see. They may do another component, a jump system. So, we don't know. Almost there. Almost there. I'm super hyped right now, and I think a lot of people are, that this is coming to the next step of the next system. And from what I gather, there are other jump points as well. I will be doing some exploring later today, setting up some things and going into the PTU and getting things straightened out and locked in.
Right?
But this is exciting. I'm gonna say it. It's very exciting. Getting ready to come out of quantum. And let's hope we can see it. There it is. There it is. There it is. I'm inside.
Right?
So let's take a look around, shall we? It's rough, but it was worth it. How cool is this? How cool is this? This is what people have been waiting for a long time, and it's finally here. Well, the gateway is here, but to actually see it, so it's really rough on the graphics right now, but this is so cool. Whoa. The actual premiere of the video is later today.
But I just couldn't hold this back. show it on the meeting room. So I hope you all are enjoying it.
Wow. That was awesome. So I'm gonna get come outside of it. And get a look at it from outside. This is cool. This is all raw, uncut. I didn't edit anything in it or anything. Just added the music to it. This is slick. All right, let's take a look. And here we are inside. Very cool. Just a little bit of an adventure that I could not resist sneak peeking. So. A little bit of raw footage here, and gonna keep it all. Very large and very extensive. Like I said, it's raw. I didn't want to edit this. Alright. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this. This is massive. And I'm Shadow Spectre 11. I hope you all enjoyed this and took a look inside the jump. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and take care. And that's it. It was fun to make. Like I said, I'll be going in again today, doing some more exploring with it. Check out some features. I'll take some footage while I'm inside and put some videos out on it. But this was good. I enjoyed doing that, and I hope you all enjoyed the sneak preview of this video that is going to come out later today. And some have already seen it before I actually did an upload for it earlier. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. It was fun to make, and I'm closing out the Snowbird meeting room, but if anybody's got any questions while I'm here, please feel free. Throw them out. We can talk about it. And give me your thoughts. Let me know what's going on. Tell me what's happening. About the leaks, about the jump point. Now, there have been a few people that said that you can land on the station, which I intend to do today, and go check it out, land on a pad, and find out what's inside, and go from there. But I also intend to do some of the feature missions and go back to the platforms, try them out, see what they're like. And what would be super cool, really be super cool, is if CIG unlocks a couple ships that we've been waiting for, like the SRV, the C1, the A1, and we know there's probably some new stuff that is coming. So I would just like to see, hey, Miss Peaches, I would just like to see the C1. My spirits are high. Tell me about it. I am so stoked right now. I am massively stoked. I'm trying to keep my expectations to a minimum, but being able to do this today and go and see the jump point just made me super excited. So I gotta get my expectations down a little bit, but it was cool. It was cool. I did do a character reset, shape, and everyone smash that like button and Shadow will fly. Oh Lord. Well, when I do, there's two that I have to fly, and I will put those on stream, and I will crash them. Just letting you know. Okay. So, if anybody's got any thoughts or questions before I close this out for today, let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed the sneak peek. I really do. It was just exciting to be able to go and see it. Like I said, it's raw. They do have to do some work on it, but it is there. And that's a big thing. No, you can't shoot me down in those ships. I'm going to intentionally crash them. Just letting you know. No, you can't shoot me down. I'm going to reiterate on that. No. I will take video footage of those ships being destroyed by me. Wearing a sperm suit. But anyway, if nobody has any questions, nobody has any thoughts, let me know in the comments. Like I said, today there's no stream on the main channel. Today is like a kind of a relaxation day where I get to do some things, check out some things, grab a little video footage, and make some new stuff so I can put them on the channel so you guys can see them. Things like that. Nice meeting room. Boy, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I was going to do it earlier, but when I saw the things about the jump point, I jumped on that right away and got in there and went to it so I could grab some. And it was fun. So anyway, if anybody's got any questions, comments, please feel free. Give me your thoughts about the jump point, and also, like you said, logistics and all of that good stuff is going to make a major play in what's going to happen. Will we get new components? like a jump drive component, or will we just be using the regular quantum engines? We don't know. We don't know. The ships would have to be redesigned for, I think, I'm guessing they would have to be redesigned with jump drives that can make the journey. We don't know. We don't know. So that would be kind of cool if it did come to fruition. But we'll see what happens. So, like I say, what you just saw later today, it will put in. If we get to use the bathroom, zero is not allowed on your ships. Exactly right. Exactly right. He is not allowed. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. I will be I'll be on Discord. If you guys got any questions, and want to talk and just chill while I'm in the PTU checking some stuff out. And that's it for this Snowbirds meeting room. I'm Shadow Spectre 11. I appreciate you all coming by. And everybody, take it easy, take care, and I'll see you all in the PTU. All right? Have a good one.